Last time, I was on my way to a party. I actually made it there. Then, I ran. Let me show you why. My hands started to shake the moment I arrived at the apartment address Anna had sent me. It was a house party. My heart pounded against my chest as a passerby pointed me toward the exact house. The closer I got to the gate, the more nervous I became. Taking a deep breath, I walked up to the gate and introduced myself to the security man. The first thing he did was look me up and down from head to toe. He scoffed. Are you sure you are here for a gas party? Confusion washed over me. I slowly nodded, even though I had no idea which Oga he was referring to. I reached into my purse and quickly brought out my phone to call Hannah. The call rang and rang and rang. No response. Just as I was about to give up, an Uber pulled up in front of the gate. Two ladies and a young man stepped out. I froze. Their outfits were flashy, revealing, and far bolder than anything I would ever wear. For a few seconds, I simply stood there, staring in shock as they laughed loudly among themselves. The young man casually walked past me and slipped some money into the gatesman's hand. My mouth fell open. Within seconds, the gate swung open and they walked inside, excitedly, chatting and laughing as they headed towards the main building. I swallowed hard. Madam, will you go inside or you want to wait outside? The gateman asked impatiently. His voice snapped me back to reality. I nodded quietly, but my heartbeat became even more uncontrollable before I could gather enough courage to take another step. Another group of young people arrived in a sleek black Mercedes Benz. The gateman immediately waved me aside. Move away! Let me do my job. I stepped aside without saying a word, silently trying to understand what kind of birthday party this really was. Moments later, they were already inside, screaming with excitement as music echoed from the compound. Again, their dressing made me uncomfortable. I took a slow breath. Maybe Anna was already inside. If I could just find Anna, maybe I would be okay. Slowly, I began walking toward the entrance. The closer I got, the louder everything became. Heavy music, people shouting, laughter, the sounds of bottles clicking. An overwhelming wave of noise spilled out through the doorway. My hand reached for the door handle, but the moment my fingers touched it, my heart raced violently. That I immediately pulled my hand away. I couldn't do it. I turned turned around and began walking back as fast as I could. Madam! Madam! Na this place be this. Where you dey go again? The gate man called after me. I pretended not to hear him. I kept walking faster. By the time I reached the middle of the estate road, I had broken into a run. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. No, I can't stay there. I can't stay there. That was the holy thing ringing in my head. Just then, my phone vibrated inside my purse. I stopped abruptly and searched for it with trembling hands. My eyes widened. Hannah? I answered immediately without giving her a chance to speak. I blurted out. I was at the venue. It looks like a house party. You didn't answer your phone, so I thought maybe you sent me the wrong address. Loud music drowned almost everything she said. The connection was terrible. I could barely hear her voice. But through the noise, I managed to make out a few words.
There's coffee.
I frowned. I said I don't like. The call disconnected. Silence surrounded me. The only sounds left were passing cars and the cool whisper of the night breeze. I stood there for a long moment, wiping the sweat from my forehead. Let me just go home, I muttered to myself. What is wrong with me? I lowered my head and let out a shaking breath. Why was I letting Loretta words get to me this much? Why was I standing outside a stranger's house, trying to convince myself to attend a party I never wanted to go in the first place? Was I really desperate to move on from Mofe? Or was I only here because Loretta had made me feel like I no longer belonged in his life?
Stay away from him.
Maybe she was right. Maybe I had become too attached. Maybe everyone could see it except me. Little did she know why she was questioning her place in Mofe's life. Loretta was questioning it too. Elsewhere, the conversation she feared was already unfolding. I don't like your closeness with her. Loretta's voice trembled with fear as she confronted Mofe. I don't like it. Mofe looked at her calmly, refusing to match her rising emotions. I have told you before, Lori, you have nothing to worry about. She let out a bitter laugh. Wow, nothing to worry about, she repeated. I have everything to worry about. Her voice echoed through the room. Mofe stared at her, his expression hardening as he struggled to understand why she kept returning to the same conversation. I am your fiancé, Mofe. Yet you confide in another woman more than you confide in me. Sometimes I wonder if you truly see me as a future wife. She paused, trying to steady her breath. What is the point of getting married if you don't trust me enough to share important parts of your life with me? Let me into your heart, Mofe. I don't understand why Ophelia always seems to know things before I do. Pain hid behind every word she spoke. She wasn't only angry, she was afraid. Mofe sighed and stepped closer. What is this really about, Lori? I want to marry you. Isn't that enough proof that you are the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with? He gently held her cheek. Ophelia and I have been friends for years. I tell her things the same way I tell my male friends. There's nothing romantic between us. You are reading too much into it. Loretta pulled away from his grip. No, Mofe. Her eyes became glossy. Why didn't you tell me about Auntie Boss's accident? Why did Ophelia know before I did? She was the one you took to visit her. Why am I always the last to know? I need answers. Mofe rubbed the back of his neck. It is nothing serious. Seriously, it is nothing serious. Auntie Bosse exaggerates everything. I only wanted to check on her and drop off some provisions. He looked directly into Loretta's eyes. And she already knew Ophelia before now. I didn't think it was the right time to introduce you yet. He observed slowly. Lori, please stop making something out of nothing. Loretta's voice broke. But it isn't nothing. She swallowed hard. She is close to your family, Mofe. Your aunt, your parents, your siblings. She knows your favorite meals. She knows what annoys you. She knows what makes you laugh. She understands your routine, your habits. She knows almost everything about you. A tear escaped the corner of her eye. I want to be that person. I want to be the woman who knows you better than anyone else. I don't want to feel like I'm competing with someone who is only supposed to be your friend. For a long moment, silence filled the room. Mofe stepped forward and gently wiped away her tears. My parents like you. I love you. And it's about time we officially begin our introduction. He smiled softly. After that, I will take you to see Auntie Bosse. She has been disturbing me, asking me when I will finally bring my wife to meet her. He rested his forehead against hers. So please, stop carrying this burden alone. Loretta searched his eyes. She wanted to believe him. More than anything, she wanted peace. Mofe gently cupped her face before leaning in to kiss her. It was a quiet, reassuring kiss that spoke louder than words. The tension that had filled the room slowly dissolved as Loretta relaxed into his embrace. For a few moments, neither of them spoke. They simply held each other, allowing love to replace fear and misunderstanding still holding in her hand. Mofe led her away, determined to spend the rest of the night, reminding her that she wasn't fighting for his heart alone. The following afternoon, Mofe was relaxing with his longtime friend, Juwon, when the conversation took an unexpected turn. Juwon chuckled. Ha 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 ha. Mofe, I am actually surprised. Mofe looked at him. About what? You are really serious about marrying Loretta? Mofe frowned. Yes? Why would you even ask that? Juwon leaned closer to him. Because you and Ophelia have shared a bond for years. He studied Mofe carefully. Why have you never considered taking that friendship further? Mofe laughed dismissively. What are you talking about? Immediately, Jimon responded, I am serious. He folded his arms. She loves you, Mofe. And before you deny it, listen. Loretta isn't stupid. Women notice these things. They know when another woman is holding on to feelings she's trying to hide. Mofe shook his head. You don't know what you are talking about. Ophelia isn't in love with me. And I don't have those feelings for her either. We are practically siblings. So stop overthinking it. Juwon smiled knowingly. I have watched you two for years. What you share is different. I'm not saying you have crossed any boundaries. I am saying your connection runs deeper than ordinary friendship. He leaned forward. And I know Ophelia tries her best to hide how she feels. Mofe's expressions became serious. Enough, Juwon. Stop it. There is nothing going on. Juwon raised both hands. Fine. A mischievous grin spread across his face. Then let me ask you something. Mofe narrowed his eyes. What? Can I ask Ophelia out? Silence. Woo. Ophelia, of course. I like her. I have liked her for a while. I just wanted your blessing first, since the two of you are so close. Mofe forced a laugh. Dude, that is none of my business. If she says yes, good for you. If she says no, that's also her choice. It is completely up to her. Juwon smiled. So, I am free? Mofe nodded. Yes, you are free. Juwon stood up with a grin. Thanks, bro. I will take good care of her. Mofe pointed a finger at him. If you hurt her? His expression suddenly turned serious. I will kill you. Juwon laughed loudly and patted him on the shoulder. I am shaking in my boots. Mofe didn't laugh. He held his friend's gaze. I am serious.
And I smile when they ask me how I've been. Like I didn't lose my world back then. I learned to hide you under my skin, but you still breathe where I begin. And I say I don't miss you anymore, but I still check the past like a closed door, hoping somehow it opens again, even though